2K Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. All right, it's time to get the balls in the air for the opening round coverage. Let's head out onto the course. Hello, everyone. Thrilled to have your company this week. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and we've got Henny Koyak and John McCarthy following the action out on the course. The crowd is up for it this week, I can tell you that. Glad to have you with us as we kick off the next event right here on 2K Sports. We head down to the first hole. Before we get into all of today's drama, let's check in with Henny Koyak, as there's some word developing that our featured player has formed a rivalry with Max Homa. Gee, that's brave of them.
It is brave indeed, Luke, because Max Homa may appear all friendly and sweet, but he loves to win. And I just wouldn't want to be going up against him, let alone in a rivalry. It's going to be so tough out there today.
Thanks, Henny. Let's see who roasts who out there today as our featured player takes on Max Homa, who's always clever with a quip of his own. Setting up in some very deep rough. That is a high-quality shot. Got a lot of that one. Well, that'll work. Up on the dance floor. Could have been worse. Oh, a 14-footer. It's good to make a few of these per round.
This for a birdie.
Henny, take us through the break on this putt.
This putt's going to come in from the left side. Oh, I don't mind this par putt. Henny, what's he facing with this putt? Setting up this putt 10 feet from the cup.
If it's up, it could be in. And in it goes for the par.
Very nice par indeed. Very solid hole played.
He's currently in a tie for third here. The second hole at Playa Saona, Rich. Less than 500 yards, but is a par 5.
Par 5 that meanders from right to left. Just a bunker down the left-hand side you have to think about. Other than that, it's a pretty generous landing area. Second shot, green sits above you just a little bit. 2 bunkers on the right-hand side. The bailout's going to be to the left, sitting below you. All in all, though, a very generous par 5.
From around 220 yards. And he's hit that inside the range. Just outside 10 feet to the hole here, right on 11 feet to be exact. Ooh, nice line. And that's a great putt for an eagle. Currently in first position. Well, the par 3 third is an absolute postcard here at Playa Saona.
It most certainly is. Water on the right-hand side, bunkers short and long left. Not very long, but this picturesque par 3 could be painful if you're not careful.
Oh, this one's right down the pipe. And choosing the 8-iron here. And he's safely on the green. 16 feet to the cup. And he's down there. You got a read?
Okay, my money is on a right-to-lefter.
That's tracking. Well, that's an early statement right there.
Game face on early here, Luke.
And after that hole, our featured player leads, but Tiger Woods is stalking right behind them. As we get to the 4th hole, Rich, the big bomber's eyes just light right up.
Oh, it's going to tempt the long players, isn't it, to take a rip at it? But they got to be aware of that water and sand that comes into play down the left-hand side. If you bail out to the right-hand side, just have a short little second shot, but you got a green that's tiny in size with all kinds of movement on it.
Wow, what a shot off the tee. That set up a putt for eagle.
That a way to stay aggressive. Great play.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
This is so long, I don't even have words for it. It's just long.
Time to check in with Max Homer. What's he got in store for us here? Only 2 shots off the pace. Oh, this looks pure. Trying to get it to 4 under with this putt. Henny, take us through the break on this putt.
It's a little tricky to see. It's not a straight putt. There is a bit of right-hand movement at the end.
Just building upon his advantage, he keeps making the important plays. And with that, he'll move to 4 under par. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. The 5th hole at Playa Saona, Rich, certainly makes up for what little was on option at the 4th.
I'm assuming that this hole's name is Diablo because it is a devil of a par 4. Very little room out to the right to find the fairway. Anything missing left, all the way down the hole, you're finding the ocean and a green that is perched right next to it as well. I don't know the best way to play this hole, but I know that 5 is a fantastic score.
Well, with a pocket full of FedEx Cup points over the last half a dozen starts or so, this player certainly has been delivering consistent results and pushing for wins or winning, Rich. Do you expect that to continue here this week?
Luke, absolutely. Week in and week out, this player has consistently performed at the highest level. I got to believe he's a lot of people's favorites to win this tournament.
This one is going straight at it.
Yep, that shot safely on the green. A chance to move to 5 under par. This one's online. Oh, what a putt.
That hole looks double the size for this player this week.
As we now move to the next hole, he has a 4-shot advantage. The 6th hole at Playa Saona really puts a premium on placing your tee shot in the right spot.
Aim at that bunker in the middle of the fairway and either push or pull your tee shot because you don't want to be in it. From there, your second shot into a fairly flat, generous green, hourglass in shape. Not much to it, so good opportunity to make a par here, maybe even better.
Already has 4 wins under the belt this year. Well, this would be a big birdie here. A good putt to make. And he's down there. You got a read?
The perfect leave. Uphill, right to left.
Well, this one's come out on a good line. Come on. Oh, so close. Just a short putt remaining here. Okay, he's holding steady on the leaderboard after that hole. Well, after using the driver for a few of the holes, Rich, it's time to get back to the long irons, I see, off the tee at 7.
Just a layup required with either a long iron, hybrid, fairway wood, anything to keep it out of that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. You do want to challenge it, however, because you want as little club or distance into this green as possible. Island green with trouble everywhere.
Attaboy, good shot. Second shot here on the 7th. Yeah, that was a safe play. Good chance to move to 6 under par here. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 22 feet from the cup.
This is a big bending putt.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
And down it goes. Okay, holding steady on the leaderboard after that hole. The 8th hole, Rich, a spectacular par 4 here at Playa Saona.
A strong par 4 here, Luke. Fairway bunkers on the left and right-hand side. Second shot to a green protected by bunkers left and right. And a little bit long, you're going to find a waste area. This is really a beautiful par 4, but it can be a little daunting.
Yeah, that one will play. currently -5. This one is right down the pipe. Now, this is some ball striking. Hitting greens in regulation, it's a thing of beauty.
It has been fantastic to watch all week long. This player is dialed in.
Nice one. 4th birdie of the day. And that takes him to 6 under. He's currently in 1st place. The final hole of the front 9 at Playa Saona requires a very long and well-carried drive.
Just waist area down to the right-hand side. Water in the distance. Driver not required here. Your approach shot to a generous green. Thinking birdie here all day long.
Well played, mate. Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
I can see the 125-yard marker just nearby.
This is looking pretty good in the air.
Some nice calculations there with this wind.
Trying to get to 2 under with this putt. Oh, what a stroke. Ah, the birdie just slides by. Okay, let's get back to the action. And just about 8 feet left to the hole.
This for a birdie run.
Never up, never in, as they say, Rich. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich. And Rich, as our feature player makes the turn, he seems to be doing everything right out there.
Yeah, but I like the position. I like being out in front. That forces the other players to come catch you. I like their position.
Well, as we make the turn at Playa Saona, we get straight back into it with a pretty strong par 4.
Yes, what a tee shot indeed, going right back into the ocean. Just a very picturesque hole, soaking it all in. Sometimes you can get lost in the beauty of how difficult this hole can be. Some runoff areas both left and right. A challenging second shot to find the green.
Standing over his second shot. Oh, that looked good in the air, and now looks great on the ground.
And this is why we think this player is going to be world class. To produce that against Max Homa, wow.
What an opportunity to make a birdie. And just checking back in with the standings, and he continues to lead this tournament. The 11th hole at Playa Saona is a par 4 that perhaps requires not your biggest drive.
Take the big stick out of your hand. Just play for position, avoiding that bunker and the water down the left-hand side. Difficulty with the second shot is this green's got an infinite edge look. It's really difficult to judge the distance as it looks so much longer than it truly plays.
Handy effort, that one. Here we have the second shot into the 11th.
Nicely done.
A 7-footer right here.
Looking for another birdie here.
So close. A par putt on the table. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
Oh, it's so hard to tell, but I think it's a little bit right to left.
There it is. Our featured player leads by 5 strokes as we head to the next hole. The 12th hole is one of 3 par 3s on the inward half.
It's just another unbelievably beautiful hole on a golf course full of them. Just a couple of bunkers on the right-hand side you have to be mindful, but don't get sucked in the beauty of the ocean on the left-hand side, which is very difficult to do. Enjoy this hole. It is a beauty.
Going with the 8-iron here. That's well played. Anything on the green from there was fine. "14 feet to the cup."
Who doesn't love a birdie putt?
Looking really good, this one. Yeah, nice mid-range birdie putt, that one. And that will take him to 8 under. No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. On the 13th tee at Playa Saona, Rich, this short par 4 at 305 yards is gettable, but you can't hit it an inch to the right.
Oh, this is a doozy of a hole. 305 yards, but are you brave enough to take it on? Ooh, you have to be awfully sure of yourself. Lay it up down to the left-hand side and just hit a pitch-and-run second shot to find this tiny green located at the water's edge.
That one's going to catch the thick stuff. Time for the second shot here at the 13th. Oh, I thought that one was going in. Eight under for the day. Currently in the lead. This one's looking good. That's a good putt to make. They're all bonuses. Oh, that was a touch of class. Wouldn't mind seeing that again. Well, there's an 8-stroke buffer now for our leader as we head to the next. The 13th hole at Playa Saona is as pretty as any hole on the course, but 14's not far behind it.
I mean, it just doesn't stop, does it? Every single hole is a postcard moment. I just love the design and use of taking all of these green complexes and putting them as close to the ocean as possible. It just makes every hole pop beautifully. What a wonderful short par 3 that is absolutely diabolical.
This one is from at least 30 feet out. And he's down there. You got a read?
This is just going right the whole way along.
That's disappointing.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that hole. The 15th at Playa Saona is the final par 5 on the golf course.
That waist area down the left-hand side is going to see a lot of action as players do not want to make the mistake of hitting it in the ocean to the right. A layup from there into a very small section of fairway leaves a third shot to another green and an outcrop of rocks on the ocean. Another stunner.
He has his eyes set on one place and one place only. It's the green.
Yeah, that's a great play, Rich. Not quite on the dance floor, but a mighty drive.
What a sensational play on this par 5 there, Luke.
That's impressive. He just keeps extending his advantage over the field. Well, I think that warrants another look. Let's see that again. Sitting at minus 11 for the day. Well, that really puts our leader way out in front of the pack now, and it's only the first round. The 16th hole, we turn away from the ocean, Rich, and head back towards the clubhouse.
Yes, finally something not going back into the ocean. Just some bunkers on the right-hand side off the tee they have to worry about. But a second shot into a quote-unquote island green there, but this time surrounded by sand. It's a difficult par 4 for sure, but should be able to avoid any large numbers.
This shot is about 140 yards out. Oh, that one's straight at the pipe. Yeah, a quality shot, that. This putt coming up is for birdie. And that's 8 birdies today. Well, that's a phenomenal performance. The lead is now out to 10 shots. Incredible. Well, our leader has already bolted, currently way out in front of the pack. We get on the tee at 17, Rich. This is a hole you really want to make sure you position your ball properly.
Only the long hitters will be able to carry that bunker waist area on the right-hand side. Players bailing it out to the left off the tee do have the opportunity to kind of hit a low little chasing shot into this green if they so desire, but it's a difficult second shot no matter how you look at it.
Here's Max Homa now. Look at the line on this one. Get in the hole. That's inside the range. What a shot. Time for the second shot at the 17th.
The perfect wind swing. Nice and easy.
7 feet to the cup.
Short game has been especially sharp today, Luke. Very impressive.
That will work. On a roll here with back-to-back birdies.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
And now that finds him in first place. That really puts the leader way out ahead of the rest of the pack, and it's only the first round. That one's got into some heavy grass, I think. Second shot here on the 18th hole. This one just outside 7 feet to the hole. Gets that one to go down, and that'll end the day's work. And folks, at the end of this first round, he's going to find himself in first place. That's pretty nice, eh, Rich?
Who doesn't like to be the leader? It's always good. No matter the first round, you'd rather have it the last round, though. But I got to say, good start.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich Beam, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow.